What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 20th of June. It is Friday now. It was not Friday earlier. I don't know what I was thinking, but hit the like button, subscribe, let's get into it, okay? It is the 20th of June here. Here we are at about 1.36 cents. 22 hours and 32 minutes left in the day. At this relative low area, I'm anticipating that we do see some kind of a breakout to the downside, but nothing crazy, nothing too crazy. From a high to a low, it's not going to be crazy. It's going to be pretty tame. We're going to see a drop that's about 10%, maybe at the most, something on the lines of like 18% drop. But I think 1.23 cents or around there will hold support. I labeled this zone, and I call it a zone. I mean, the golden ratio, just so you guys know, is the 618. 618 is the golden ratio. The 6.9 is not the golden ratio. But I give it this zone because typically whenever you interact with the golden ratio, you actually don't bounce right off it. You wick a little bit below it. And the most, on average, not always, sometimes you go even a little bit through the 6.9, and it's fine if you do. But typically you land somewhere in this area. Typically you don't land exactly at this line or exactly at this line. You land in between there, right? So a little bit below the 1.23 cent area. That's my expectation at the moment, okay? 1.36 cents now. We'll probably see this happen between now and the end of the month. And I'm hoping, thinking, I have the idea in my head that we will see an end of month rally. And for XCN, it could be glorious. Who knows? But I definitely believe that we will continue to rally going into July. Maybe a little turbulence in the beginning of the month of July, but we will continue to run very, very early and late into July. And potentially even later than that, you guys. This consolidation phase, not just for OnyxCoin, but for the whole damn markets. If we're looking at it here, go to the other chart. We've been consolidating across the board since May 11th for over a month now, right? This move up is going to be awesome. It's going to be good. For the whole space, it's going to be good. But because we've consolidated for longer, I mean, to be fair, going into the end of May and the majority of June here, so far at least, has not been productive. It's just been more consolidation to the downside. I might expect or anticipate that this run continues even through July. It's very possible. And unfortunately, we're just keeping pushing these expectations back, man. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point. You just got to hold out and wait. Timing is the hardest part of all of this. Whenever it comes to TA, timing is definitely the hardest. Throw in world events, world news, all that kind of stuff, emotions. It's really hard to get the timing of everything down. I don't know about you guys, but I was not expecting that back here, April 11th, that it would be June 20th, and we would still have not broken out higher. I definitely did not expect that myself. But we live and we learn, or we don't and we die, as I like to say. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI has rejected the 50 area after rejecting the overbought, so not a good look. Not a good look. Looking like you want to go lower, and lower you shall go probably. Absolutely, I'm thinking that's what you do. If we look at this from a relative low here to a relative high, you bounced off your golden ratio, rejected your 0.5, absolutely you're going lower, yeah. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. We're probably going to go down, I would think, this 1.886-200 area right there, 1.21 to 1.1 or 1.2 cents itself, somewhere around there. Stochastics got up and rejected the 40-35 area right here. That's not a good look in itself. And then the MACD is crossing below the zero, building bearish momentum as we're doing it. So all signs point south. South we go, my friends. That's the expectation here on the 1 hour at least. The 4 hour time frame, painting a similar picture. You were oversold. You came up, rejected the 50 twice, and now you're going lower. Lower is what you're going to do. That's the expectation. If we're looking at the MACD on the 4 hour time frame, you are wrestling with the zero line here, and it looks like you're going to get that cross down while building bearish momentum, adding to the idea that you do go lower. And then, of course, the 4 hour RSI rejecting the same areas that you've rejected before when working your way down to the oversold zone each time. I mean, even here, down there, right? Even here, a little bit higher down there every time to the oversold area. Yeah. So it makes sense that we'll get oversold or at least get down somewhere around there. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy. I'm not talking about a 40% drop. I'm not talking about the end of the world, but just something, a little bit more than what we have now. And then after we see our drop down to about, 1.2 cents, if I remember correctly, isn't that where, that might be where we go. I feel like that's where a lot of, I feel like I bought back here. I think Economic Ninja bought back here too, actually, on this drop. I don't know if he bought more on the way down. I'm sure he did. I mean, I know I did. I know a lot of you guys did too. But I think this was we're at a very key. I wonder, can I put this on Coinbase? Let's look at this. I want to look at something else real quick that I don't normally look at. We'll just do this real quick. I don't know how reliable this will be, but we're going to go for it. Should I do anchored volume profile? I think the fixed volume is what we want. We should do not that bit of volume. We should go from here. From the high, let's do this. I'm going to take it from here, and then we're going to go out. Right here, what is that? 1 cent in itself, just above that, 1 point, even a little bit lower. Not what I was looking for, maybe. Maybe I should encapsulate all of it. Not really, no. No. Yeah, when I'm looking at this, it would actually suggest that we go below 1.1 cent, which if we go below 1.1 cent, I'm fine with that, whatever, we could. I forget which one's better, the anchored or the fixed. I would want to take it without all that large volume over there. Maybe that's the better one, but still pointing at something below 1.1 cent. Yep. Anyways, okay, moving on. Getting back to the short-term stuff. Still suggests that we would go lower, right? Still suggests that we would go lower. 4-hour time frame. We already looked at the 4-hour time frame. That's right. Let's go to the daily time frame now. Okay. Daily time frame, higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price, hidden bearish divergence. Same thing with the stochastics, rejecting the 50 area. You're building, you guys, we're building bullish momentum while going lower. That's not a good thing. That's not a good. Look at it, right? Like you're. Actually, wait. I think that is a good thing. Sorry. I've got it twisted. It would be bad to build if it's higher lows. It's a bad thing. If it's lower lows, it's actually a good thing. Okay, never mind. It is a good thing. I'm sorry. It is a good thing, actually, to build bullish momentum while going lower. But I still think that we're going to go a little bit lower. So it's a good thing. It's getting us set up for good things, probably. And maybe I'm wrong. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I've been right before. I'll be right again. It's not about that. But actually, I'm sorry. Building bullish momentum while going lower is actually a good thing. Let me just set the record straight there. I don't know what I was smoking right there. We're definitely near the end of this downtrend. If we don't find support at 1.2 to 1.1 cents, maybe we go just below there. Maybe. We do have causality for that. We have a daily high close right here, just below 1.1 cent. We have a daily low wick here, right there at about just above 1 cent, somewhere in that area. It's very possible we could go there. Is there any fibs that line up with that? Let's just see. Maybe a relative fib, something that's more relative, low to high. Golden ratio lines up pretty close to that, the 1.886. A lot of cryptos are respecting that lately. Low to high. I don't think we do. Yeah, there's nothing that really respects it there. What about this fib? This one will be significant. Right in that area as well. Whether it's just above 1.1 cent, just below 1.1 cent, 1.2 cent, whatever, something in that area, I'm quite confident is where we're going to go. Lower than we are now. That's really all I have to say, right? After that, we will recover. After that, we will continue to go up. If we're looking at, let's look at OnyxDAO. Let's just see if anything came out. I know they're talking about the Binance LP, or was it Pancake Swap? BNB chain, yep. USDT pool. The OIP proposes allocating a 100 million XCN grant to launch XCN USDT pool on PancakeSwap as part of the Phase 1 liquidity deployment on BNB chain. Yeah, same. That's all they've been posting about, which is big. That's good stuff, right? But and maybe, who knows, if we become more interactive with Binance affiliated things, maybe we will get listed on Binance, right? I think the reason why. And I don't think, this is probably the reason why we haven't been listed on Binance, other than in forms of perpetuals, is that Binance wants to be paid. You want to get listed, you got to get paid. But we're a DAO, we're a decentralized autonomous organization. We're not a company that you can just, that the leaders go to and pay you, right? There's no there's no reserve, or at least to my knowledge, there's no reserve. Maybe there is some reserve for the marketing of that, but maybe not enough. I don't know. To my knowledge, if Binance wanted to list us XCNers, or OnyxCoiners, if they wanted to list it, they'd have to buy it out of their own pocket. And maybe something like this, maybe that's why it's so bullish, is just, again, interacting with the ecosystem more might get CZ a little tickle, and he'll be like, all right. They clearly, they're doing the right things. People want it. It's a popular token. Every other exchange has it. Literally, freaking every other exchange has it. Bybit, BitGet, Kraken, Coinbase, they all have it. Poloniex, KuCoin, of course. But Binance doesn't have it. They just have it in perps. And if Binance is going to list a coin, if they're going to buy it, you guys, that's the biggest crypto exchange in the space. That's actually something we don't talk about a lot, is the fact that if Binance, and they've got these things, they've got the perpetuals in there. It's not that you can't trade it on there, but if you want to actually own OnyxCoin, and a lot of people do want to actually, because you can't stake. Right? A big part of OnyxCoin is staking. You're not going to be able to do that with Bybit or with Binance. You can't do that. You can't buy from Binance and then withdraw and stake. And people want to do that, right? And maybe not everybody, but I'm just saying there is a causality where Binance could list, and that kind of buying pressure, that kind of news could be a major catalyst to send us up higher. Who knows? Maybe they were part of this pump here. I thought that they were a part of this pump over here, but I guess not. I don't know. At this point, I'm just rambling, you guys. You know where the price is going to go. Down first, and then up some more, and then, yes, you guessed it, even up more than that. We're going to go all the way up to 20 cents, 26, 32 cents at the most. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Take care of yourselves. And whenever I talk about 32 cents at the most, that's not the end of cycle stuff, right? End of cycle, we're anticipating this thing to be worth more than $1. We're at 1.3 cents now. We're expecting something that's probably a 100x more, like from this current price, 100x or more. I wouldn't be surprised if we reached for $2. I wouldn't be disappointed if we didn't hit $2, but I think something around there, like $1.50, $2.20, somewhere in that area. That's my expectation for the end of the cycle, but we'll know better as we develop more in the cycle. You guys, we've performed so well. We've done so well, outperformed the majority of the market. We outperformed Bitcoin, which coins that have started to do well recently can't even say that, right? We've outperformed Bitcoin. We've outperformed a lot of coins, a lot of top coins in the space so far this market. We've held our gains, and this is all without an alt season. What happens when it's alt season? What happens when everything's popping off? What happens whenever things are just absolutely ridiculously explosive? And Binance lists? I don't know, man. Crazy things could happen. Is OnyxCoin... I keep wanting to end the video, but there's a thought that I have that I've wanted to ask, and I keep forgetting to do it on a video. I want to ask... I'm not 100% sure. This might backfire, but is XCN, OnyxCoin, an American-made crypto? I don't think it is, but is it? Is it? Tell me yes. Just tell me yes, because if it is, that's another potentially bullish thing. Adam Ludwin. Yeah. Some sources... Sorry, that's my little girl. Some sources mention Chain as an American-based crypto company. There's no explicit confirmation of development team's location or the project's headquarters. A post on X claims that OnyxCoin is listed under the Made in America category on CoinMarketCap. Oh, is that true? However, this is unverified user statement and not conclusive evidence. Technical detail: OnyxCoin operates ERC20 on the Ethereum blockchain and powers the Onyx protocol. Yes, we all know. Nope. Misconceptions. There is confusion in some sources linking OnyxCoin to... Yeah, well, we all know that that's not true, right? I hope you guys all know. I think that's so much confusion. I really think we scared JP Morgan away to change their name from Onyx to Connexus just because of this whole misconception, honestly. I thought there was. Oh, look, 2 posts. Economic Ninja. Let's see. Chain is an American-based crypto company. Chain created XCN. Yeah, I mean, hey, if the ninja says that it's good enough for me, man, maybe not. I don't know if it's conclusive evidence or not, but I'm just saying, if it comes out that OnyxCoin is an American-made crypto and Trump later in the cycle, as I theorize, it'll either be later this year, 2025. I would think it'd be at the end of this year, 2025, probably peak alt season, if not early 2026, that he announces that American-made cryptos will be tax exempt on capital gains. I think he's saving that for the right time. I have a whole theory behind that, right? I've kind of explained that a couple times. That's just going to add fuel to the fire, right? But I've got nothing else. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.